What's going on? Welcome back to the RedBeard Outdoors podcast. I'm Jonathan, your host, and here at RedBeard Outdoors, I talk about faith, family, fitness, and the outdoors. On Tuesdays, like today, we've got Tinkering Tuesday where we go over mindset or gear. Right now, again, we're gear focused because I want to get you the best gear in your hands that I trust so that as you go through, whether you're spring bear hunting, going out camping, hiking, whatever it may be with the family over the spring and summer, going to tack, and then of course rolling into the fall when you got the big game hunts. I want you to have the best gear possible, at least what in my opinion is the best gear possible. There's people that take things to a way further limit than I do, but you trust my opinion, you come back here, I appreciate you. Every other Thursday on this podcast, we do an Why First Phorm and Why First Phorm Outdoors episode where I bring someone on to discuss with you why they've chosen First Phorm to be their community, why they've chosen First Phorm to be the supplements that they take as they are training their bodies and preparing for all the activities that they want to do in the outdoors. And then on Saturdays, every Saturday, I bring a full-length episode between an hour to an hour and a half of a guest that's maybe an expert in the field, someone that I just want to have a good conversation with and then share with you what we talk about. So with that being said, today, guys, I want you to stick around through the month of May. If you're listening to this in the month of May, I'm doing a Garmin giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Definitely want you to be able to check that out. But today I'm going to go over my top 3 gear items from Garmin that I've liked over these last couple months. Some stuff that they've come out with that's new, some stuff that's just the good old trusty for me. And then I want to bring to you things that I've literally used to take care of me while I'm in the backcountry. And then stuff that's more closer to home. So, excuse me, guys. With that being said, let's get into the top 3 items that I like from Garmin and then the giveaway at the end. So stay tuned to the end. First and foremost, guys, a watch from Garmin. Now, I've been rocking the Instinct, and then this is the Instinct 2 Solar. It is turned off currently because I have another watch on my wrist. But this thing, I wore G-Shocks for years, literally since I was wearing watches back in high school. I was wearing a G-Shock. And this definitely is reminiscent of a G-Shock style watch. I don't worry about it getting beaten up. It's pretty much waterproof. I wouldn't go diving with it per se, but I've been in rainstorms, you shower with it, etc. This thing is outstanding. This is the Instinct 2 Solar. And guys, the battery life on this thing is ridiculous. Don't ever worry about it dying on me, especially not while I'm out in the backcountry, maybe not able to charge it. This thing is awesome. It is black and white, but honestly, this is amazing. The biggest difference between this and the Instinct 1 is, at least what I noticed. Now, there's tons of other differences, guys, but the Instinct 1, just standard, which I had originally for about a year and a half before I got this. The Instinct 1, just better battery life on the Instinct 2 Solar, and a little bit bigger bezel, I believe, on the outside there. Wasn't as pixely. But outside of that, for me, I didn't notice a huge difference between the 1 and the 2. Now, if the battery life is a thing for you, definitely go with the Instinct 2 Solar. I can tell you I've gone weeks. I'm trying to remember. I should have written down how many days, but it was at least 2 weeks where I didn't have to charge it, and there was still battery life left before I was able to charge it again. So amazing product, the Garmin Instinct. Now, so I'm saying watches because I just recently got a watch. It is the Phoenix 7X Sapphire. See if I can share that with you guys. There you go. So this thing does a little bit more data than the Instinct 2. It is a color screen. It is a touch screen. That's a bigger bezel as well. Bevel, something like that. It's a bigger screen, bigger watch face. I really like this watch. Now, I have noticed that the battery life on this is definitely not as good as the Instinct 2 Solar. It's also a lot more pricey than the Instinct. So if you're in more of the budget market and you just want a smartwatch that does your heart rate, that will read you your messages, that's just black and white and has that awesome look to it, definitely go with the Instinct. Okay. This I've had for a couple weeks now, and I love all the extra data that it's giving me. I love the bigger screen, all of those things, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to take this hunting or if I'm going to go with my Instinct 2 hunting. Haven't quite decided that yet. But between these two watches, I really like them. They have some amazing options, guys. Just depends on what you like. They have some that are dedicated more towards runners. They have like the Epics, which is another great option. They have everything up to, I think it's like $1,500 or $1,600 watch. That's like the tactical or the ballistic, where you can actually do your ballistic calculations on your watch. So all of those things taken into consideration. For me, I wanted the extra data, the bigger watch face, the more solar, the sapphire glass, and a couple of other features that this one had over the Instinct. And so I've kept them both in the tool belt. But with that being said, guys, drop your questions down below as to what other questions you may have about the Instinct. I've rocked that one the longest. I absolutely love that watch and would highly recommend it to anyone getting out there. You can find those over at BlackOvis, and you will get a 10% off discount plus free shipping on orders over at BlackOvis if you use code RedBeard10 over there at BlackOvis. So definitely go check that out. And any of these products you can go get at BlackOvis as well. The Garmin products over there are fantastic. They've got a wide variety of them, and you'll save 10% and get free shipping over at BlackOvis. So I highly recommend you go check that out. All right, next is a communicator of sorts. Now, Garmin makes a lot of different GPSs and satellite communicators. This one I ran for a while. It's the Mini, the Garmin Instinct Mini, or sorry, not the Instinct, InReach. The Garmin InReach Mini. This has an amazing battery life. It did everything that I needed it to do. It even has a small little screen. If you can GPS navigate with this. I never did. I always had my phone and a backup battery, and never had to worry about using this for GPS. But you can use this for GPS if needed. It's got great battery. It doesn't weigh much at all. And it Bluetooths to your phone, so you can text from your phone, so you don't need a keyboard or anything like that on here. It's got the SOS button right here. That is well protected. So you actually have to pop this switch open. It's a good retention lock on it, or retention flap on it. But there you go. It's got some buttons. You can send preset text from this as well. So you can go into Garmin when you set up your account with Garmin, set up certain preset text messages that you can send directly from this and don't even have to break out your phone. Kind of however you want to go, however minimalist you want to go. I know for me personally, my wife and kids loved hearing about my day, knowing that I was okay whenever I'd get to camp or checking in throughout the day periodically while I'm glassing. And those kinds of things are where this shines. Now, also, I have the Messenger, which I don't have it right here. It's actually in my backpack out in the garage, but I like the Messenger better. The Messenger is this little square block. It's probably about the size of up to the antenna and around to here. And it's kind of flat, and it reminds me of like a little charging pad almost for the newer phones that charge wirelessly. And that thing has double the battery life of the InReach Mini. It's got close to 100 hours of battery life. That thing is fantastic. It has a very tiny screen, so you're not going to GPS navigate off of that, but you can still send preset text messages. And my thing for me, if you can't catch a theme here, is battery life. I love knowing that it wasn't going to run out on me. And that thing worked fantastic. I was able to, when I killed my bull this last year and I was out of cell phone range, I was able to text my buddy who lived an hour and a half away, get him over to me so we could pack that bull out together. I've also been able to communicate cross canyon or to other people that are in the hunting area that I'm in. I've also been, like I said, send messages home, which is a big reason why I looked at Garmin to begin with, just how reliable it is and the battery life. And I've never personally had an issue, and it works off of the Iridium, I believe so. The Iridium satellite system, which is one of the biggest satellite system communication systems out there. So I highly recommend using Garmin personally. I've never had one fail on me. The only catch or hiccup that you may find is if you're in a deep canyon or some very, very dense tree cover. It may take a minute for the satellite to connect with your device to be able to send out the message. But luckily, I've never had to click the SOS button, and it's worked fantastic for me. So those are my top two. And then the third one here that's more recent is the Zero. So this is the Garmin Zero. I think it's called the C1. Yeah, so the Zero with an X, C1 Pro. Let's see here if it'll focus. There we go. So it comes with this little mini tripod. I personally connect this to a bigger tripod when I'm out shooting my bow. I can get a good chronograph on my arrows. So this will do arrows. This will do, actually, I'm going to turn it on for you real quick. See what we got here. So new session. So you can go through here and see what options it's got. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. Rifle, pistol, bow, air rifle, and then you can do other. So you would have to go in and create for other. You have to create what that would be. But it works really great. It gives you an average of your arrows as they're flying over top of it. So what you do is you set this up and you shoot between 5 to 15 inches above the chronograph, and it will catch your arrows going across and get the speed of your arrows. Same thing with your rifle and your pistol. If you're into reloading or you're just wanting to check what your ballistics are, it's definitely a great product for that. Now, it will not replace a lab radar for people asking. The only thing is a lab radar will read multiple intervals down at distance. This gives you at one point in time. So if you want to set this up down range and get it, 20, 40, 60, 80 yards. I know Dan Staten with Elk Shape has done that. He got some very accurate readings and was able to go in and make a sight tape for his bow that way. Compared it to the lab radar, got very similar. It was within 1 foot per second of the lab radar or something along those lines. But you do have to move this and shoot over top of it at distance. So this thing is amazing. So if you're into tinkering, nerding out, this is definitely cheaper than a lab radar and will get you the ballistics that you need so that you can mess around with your bow if you're doing a sight tape, with your rifle if you're reloading or something along those lines. This thing is awesome for that. And it will feed all of that information into an app on your phone, which I forgot to mention on all of these items. You can use an app on your phone. So with the watch, it will feed all the data into an app on your phone. You can even build communities in there, which I haven't delved into a ton. I use the first Phorm app for my fitness community, but there's the app for the watches and then for the inReach. So here's the catch, guys. So I prefer the Messenger, going back to the Garmin communicators. The Messenger and the inReach Mini 2 will give you the better Garmin Messenger app. And I say better because you can do group text and many other features that this one, the inReach Mini, will not provide you. So the Mini, you have to use I want to say it's the Garmin Explore app, which it works good, but the Garmin Messenger app is way better. That one looks more modern, I'd say. And also, like I said, there's other features like group text messages and other things in it. It looks more like a texting rather than the other one. It's hard to explain, but basically it looks more modern, up to date. And I prefer the Messenger. So you would have to use either the Garmin Messenger, which is the block, or the Garmin inReach Mini 2 to be able to use that updated app from Garmin. So now what you guys have been waiting for, the giveaway. With the Garmin giveaway, here's what I'm doing for you guys, okay? All the way through the end of May. All you have to do, subscribe to the channel, go over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever, and leave a review. In the link down below, I'm going to get your email and your first and last name. That's the only information I'm gathering. The reason I'm gathering that information is, one, I do send a weekly email out. I don't spam you with emails or anything like that. I send out a weekly email, give you some up-to-dates, provide you with the discount codes that I have, etc., build that community that we've got. And, of course, I don't want spammers to get a hold of you and say that you've won. So to get in on this, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you've used any of these items at all 3 of them, or maybe you prefer something else from Garmin, drop it down below. Also in that comment, drop which one of these 2 items you want to win. So you're either going to get a Garmin Instinct, which is the watch, or you're going to get a Garmin Messenger that I will send to you brand new. You can get it all set up yourself if you win this giveaway. So comment down below. Again, just to review, subscribe, like this video, share it with a friend. That'd be even better. You can get bonus entries by posting this to your Instagram, wherever, and tagging me in it. the link down below, enter your first and last name and your email address, and then comment down below this video if you've used any of these 3 items, what items you like, and then if you win, are you going to get the Instinct or are you going to get the Garmin Messenger? Which one do you prefer? So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday, rest of your week, rest of your May, and of course, get out, live your life, and love it.